We've done a couple of ability drafts so far, so we thought we'd spice it up for this one. Instead of letting our Eternus players pick from every single ability in the game, we let them only pick ults. Each hero pick got to keep their own ult, and then pick 3 additional ones to replace his main skills. This means that some characters like Rem had 2 of the same ult. Let's see what our Eternus players cook up. Alternus Eternus, but we gave them every ult in the game. It is going to be an ability draft comprised solely of ults. It is certainly going to be one of the most difficult games that these Eternuses have faced. I tried to use some of these ults and combos inside the sandbox, and I just was failing so freaking hard. Just muscle memory so bad. Anyhow, we've already seen some of their ults unlocked. You see that Eternus has been activated in lane, and this Victor's already toast because of overextending. We do see... I want to explain a little bit about the rules about how each ability works. So everybody got their own ult. So if you're a Kelvin, you have your own ult. If you're a McGinnis, you have your own ult. And in addition to that, you have 3 other ults that you can unlock in some order. We've had to shuffle some of the orders around because of bugs, but things mostly fully, hopefully work. Anyhow, I do have Transparent here, and I have Tom, one of our new observers. Transparent, what do you think about this format?
I mean, this one is going to be really interesting because it's long cooldowns. There's a lot of CC flying around, lots of crowd control, the stuns, and we've got 2 absolute powerhouses that can do the Billy Dynamo combo themselves. They are just, we've got 2 Billy Dynamos combined together in some sort of amalgamation.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, the Billy Dynamo combo is just disgusting. Grab everyone in an area around you, and then press 4 and suddenly everyone is stunned. Just, like, be a whole team by yourself. But yeah, I mean, like, this is going to be one of the more interesting matches that we've had in this channel because the first intuition is just to create, like, the most powerful combos possible. But the question is, like, what do you do after that? Like, yeah, sure, you can ult and stun everyone, but then you need to have someone who's a source of damage. And usually in the game, the source of damage is either your abilities or your gun. Now, we need to start talking about a little bit about all of these combos, and I mean... Can you imagine getting a Dynamo ult admitted to? But yeah, we need to start talking about these abilities and how all of these are going to combo with each other. Might as well just start with this McGinnis here. McGinnis has been like more of a util grab, like a box of everything. That's my general perception. Just grab that Owl, grab that Graves ult, grab that Sinclair, that Rocket, and try to do a bunch of damage overall. Is that right, Transparent?
Yeah, so the team was discussing, they wanted to have this Billy Dynamo to be the ones who engage, hold them down for a long time, and then McGinnis is supposed to just do everything they can, get as many stacks on that Owl from minute 0, as you can see. They picked it up early, and then once that's there, they're going to have so much spirit damage that then hopefully that will carry them through to the later stages of the game when they need that damage. Because, yeah, as you say, without the abilities from the rest of the team, who is doing the damage?
Well, clearly the Bebop. But yeah, I mean, it's proven to be incredibly chaotic so far. This Victor keeps dying for better or worse. Anyhow, we'll start covering up all the heroes. We'll need to switch to that Billy. We already discussed his Dynamo Billy ult here, but he also does have that Celeste Ball, so he can do a little bit of damage himself if he catches people. And of course, Itani no San, just to finish everyone out once they spread out, if you will. But on the enemy team, we do have that Victor who is approaching very boldly here, and he does have Return to Shadows. Now, Return to Shadows is very special. It's one of the 2 abilities in the game that restores all of your abilities. So, that and Yamada ult. I don't have to explain to people, hopefully, why restoring 3 ults is going to be incredibly powerful this game. The shocking reanimation especially means this Victor is going to have multiple lives, especially once he gets something like the Refresher. And, of course, just to wrap it up, he does have that last stand. It's going to be a whole burst of damage and a whole burst of healing. This Victor is going to be nigh immortal once he unlocks everything. The problem is he keeps dying. So far.
Well, it's so hard because you're so used to playing with all your normal abilities, right? So everything of the normal sustain from Victor is completely gone. So he's just relying on that shocking reanimation and, of course, the Yamato ult when he unlocks it, which is still a little way away. But one of the things that you get from that ult, of course, from Victor is the gun damage, which is why they're able to run down this McGinnis, keep going forward, swap health with this Billy, and keep going. They have turned the tide, and they've picked up a few kills, and now Victor is nicely ahead on Souls.
Yeah, it's doing very well. It gives us a little bit of time to look at his lane partner, Rem. Rem is one of the few characters that the teams opted for a double ult, so he has 2 of the same ult. He does have 2 REM sleeps, and just to add it up, he has the Baroness and the combo. He is the team's disabler. Be small, be tiny, be ruthless. And I mean, it's working so far. He's comboing very well with that Victor. But yeah, we do see the shocking reanimation has been activated here, and he's going to be able to, you know, be doing a lot of damage. Owls coming in from that McGinnis, always going to be so valuable, but not going to be enough damage. Eternus Sam proves to be so strong and just like capping you in this one position and hoping that your teammates can finish you up. But yeah, we're gonna go into another lane now. We've seen enough of this one, and I do want to talk a little bit about one of my favorite hero combos here, which is this Geist. This Geist has both Iradomini, which is a Venator's ult, and also Vindictus type. And the best part is because of the way that it works, both work at the same time. And I think she also has her own swap, so she can just swap you, snipe you, and then shoot you with a crossbow. And just in case the problem is, okay, just don't get close to her, she also has Petrify just to close the distance with you. What an insane combo.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to do the damage from wherever on the map, of course, and then just get out in case something bad happens. The bowler is there, and of course, maybe we'll see some boss pit fights. So there's going to be so many ultis in that boss pit. I don't know quite how we're going to be able to comprehend it, but certainly there is going to be a good opportunity, especially with that bowler and then those snipes on top. I think, you know, interesting on the other side of the map, of course, we do have the Paradox, who's got some real great sort of CC abilities herself. As we see these swaps coming out from the enemy team, she's here, she has swaps. She also has the Lash Slam on top of the Combustion, and being locked out, though, by that Ice Dome from Sinclair.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, like, this is like one of the more interesting things. So a lot of abilities in the game are, of course, designed for the hero's kit. So Lash's ability are designed for the hero kit. Not Lash and Infernus ult, apparently, because you can press your Infernus ult button while you're Lash ulting. So you can just get like a massive amount of stun and even like disrupt an enemy formation with it. And of course, just to add to the mix, a Paradox swap, which is always going to be a really valuable ability. And Mina Bath, just to silence you once you've, you know, slammed a whole bunch of people into position. So, incredible combos by this Paradox. Let's look a little bit at that Sinclair, because we were discussing him. So yeah, Sinclair does have his audience participation, classic Sinclair fluff, but he also has Kelvin Dome. He has Drifter's ult, so Eternal Shadow or whatever it's called, and he has horses. So basically, so many good ults to force a team fight. Just blind everyone in, try and get a very nice dome, force a 3v1, 3v2, and if you're ever out of position, just press horses and get the fuck out.
Yeah, there were so many conversations about like how to build these heroes, how to make sure you get the most out of each individual. A lot of people were thinking about the individual stats that the heroes had before you even thought about the ultis. That's why we have big beefy heroes like Kelvin just in here, Dynamo of course as well. Not just for their ult, but because they're baseline stats. As we see Dynamo comes down with the slam, they're going in, trying to get onto this. Parry not quite connecting here, and as we see the melees come out, beating up, it is going to be a nice Venator going down. But of course, they have the revive. They're right back up into action.
Yeah, it's like you're used to interacting with heroes in a specific way, both as the person playing the hero and the person going against the hero. If your Venator starts reviving, you know you're in for a bad time. And we just see 2 goo balls going around, bouncing off of each other. I think one of them is going to be for killing, and the other is going to just try and survive. With 40 HP, he doesn't fit inside. Oh no, he can't cancel? Or he won't cancel. Anyway, I think he might have survived here. A lasso comes in, does not matter whatsoever. And I think this Viscous is out. Very well done.
Yeah, Viscous being played by a Viscous player, obviously, as we see this Dynamo caught out. I'm not sure how many sleeps Rem's got or what other tools we've got. We have got combo still available, and there it goes. Combo goes down, and it's a nice little pickup. They're going to maybe try and keep pushing forward onto this keep. They've got some good gun damage, of course. In terms of itemization, this Venator's still going for gun damage, going for normally. Almost everybody else in the game has gone for some sort of cooldown reduction as they want to get these abilities off as soon as possible. But Venator here looking to try and get the escape, and they use the Shiv ult to just get a bit of mobility. Is it going to save them? Not this time. They can't even get the Traveler off.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about this other hero. So this is Sinclair. I don't think we've talked about this Sinclair yet. Oh no, this is Kelvin who has Sinclair ult. Never mind. I was looking at the abilities. I was like, yeah, Kelvin, Dome, and Sinclair. And then I realized, wait, did he always have Affliction? Anyhow, Affliction and Lasso, both very good abilities. Being able to have a Dome and then immediately Afflict inside that Dome, ooh, perfect.
Oh,
so good.
I've just got to highlight this though now. Rem has instantly bought Refresher now. We are going to have a whole barrage of CC abilities. If we have Viscous here escaping the hotel, trying to get there, but another combo comes out from Rem. Rem is just putting everyone to sleep. On top of that, this whole team fight just in the small place is Rem's absolute dream, and we do see 2 people taken down on the side of the Hidden King.
Yeah, I mean, it's like insane going for that refresher stuff. This early, but I mean, it works. It's clearly working for this Rem. There's so many people caught inside this dome. Nice Italiano song comes in here, but I don't think you want to take this 5v1, regardless of what you do. Big chain gang. Is there an ult to follow that up? No, not at all. There's just so much damage coming, but it's not going to be enough if your team is not there to support you and deal whatever damage is necessary here.
Ivy there, slightly biting off a bit more than they can chew, trying to take down the Victor with the Warden's ult.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about this Viscous. So, Viscous has Flight, and Viscous has Goo Ball. So, if he has Flight, and he presses Goo Ball, he just flies his goo. So, it's a flying piece of goo. It's incredibly hard to like, move around with. But, I mean, if you're in a tight space, you just use that to have, like, infinite mobility and just wreck everyone's day. Ooh, pause. An unfortunate crash, but let's talk about Ivy, who is, I think, the last person we haven't talked about. She does have her own flight, but she does have that very nice Storm Cloud, which is going to be so valuable if you can instantly position it in the best possible position with that Ivy Cloud. And, of course, a swap and telekinesis, which works while flying, so you can use telekinesis while you're flying. This is very important.
Yeah, she might be able to get someone a little bit more out of position, of course, into that Storm Cloud epicenter almost to make sure something's happening. But Paradox here going for a big swap, trying to get something, but the swap onto the swap, and Paradox is also confused as much as we are, trying to get out with a Nox Nostra, and does indeed take down the Ivy and Viscous, as we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's proving to be an insane game so far, but is there going to be enough space for this Paradox to deliver this comeback Earth? We've been talking so much about the heroes, we've basically not been talking about the game whatsoever, and this team Sapphire does have already a fairly sizable advantage. But yeah, a bunch of denies here, but they're not going to matter. Liz has managed to return the turn for Team Sapphire, and that's a 15k advantage to the blue team.
Look, you know it's Eternus when the urn is still being prioritized in a crazy game like this. Teams there just chasing around the rest of them, trying to take someone down. As we see non-stop forward action here for this Victor, as they still have that shocking reanimation, trying to make sure they get the most out of everything they have, as there's only 20 seconds until they can reset all of their abilities with a Shadow Transformation.
Yeah, I mean, like, this Victor is just insane because, like, he's immortal. How are you going to kill him? He has Refresher, he has the Shadow Form, and I mean, he's just going to get out after getting a pick like that. McGinnis is chasing, but when you have that Rem covering for you, how are you going to engage anyone? He's just going to press all of his abilities and stun lock you for 50 days.
Such bad timing for that Dynamite. They wanted to try and get that last bit of Chain Gang, but there is a Shadow Transformation, came off cooldown. The Victor able to push forward, keep going, and keep putting out the damage. However, they are going to be getting that shocking reanimation out of them, and I don't think he's going to be so lucky to escape this time, should he stick around for too long.
Yeah. I mean, a big fight around the Walker, that's like one of the few resources that you have. Walkers under 15 minutes still do have a lot of resistances. They are hard to get, and without a lot of the classic like gun buff abilities, like your fixations, your Infernus Afterburn, you're just not going to be able to burst down a Walker like that. You have so much anti-hero stuff, because that's what most ults are, but not a lot of anti-minion stuff. But regardless, Team Sapphire is proceeding to just knock that Walker down, and losing that mid-Walker is going to hurt so much in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much space that you are losing, especially when there's like so many mobility tools, even sort of just in the ultis. Of course, that Ivy flying around is both on both teams. We have the fly. Well, no, hang on, it's double fly from both the Viscous and the Ivy. Still, yeah. Sinclair here is just trying to get a little bit of escape, but the snipes are too much.
Snipes are just too freaking much. Yeah, and the big problem as far as I'm concerned is the fact that this Victor is surviving. He only has a couple seconds till he gets Shadow Transformation back, and he's gonna die. That's a huge pick. A 40-second of respite for Team Amber. But the big ult comes in. Is that gonna be enough damage? Billy! No, it is a Dynamo instead. And big Abrams ult charges right in, and there's actually a little bit of a comeback here. There's gonna be so many picks. Team Sapphire is getting decimated here.
Yeah, it's that CC combination, the Billy ulti into the Dynamo ulti into another ulti from a Dynamo. Still a Death Slam coming out here onto Paradox, trying to get that Dynamo instead. And they are lucky enough to catch them out. Still trying to get a few kills back and forth as they defend their walkers from this Amber team. And it's another safety earn here for them. If they can try and get this one in, get a few more souls under their belt, they'll be picking up a few more of those crucial items that they feel like they might need. Lots of teams were discussing about needing Unstoppable in this. No sounds of Dispel magic here. They just want to get Unstoppable, maybe even the counter spell. But a little bit of side pressure here as we still see another walker going down as everyone is prioritizing the urn on the other side of the map.
Again, the big problem is, of course, that you can kill this Victor so many times. He doesn't, like, have meaningful damage other than his gun, of course, which he's using to good use just to get that walker out. But, I mean, he's going to press his 4 now. He's going to get his Shadow Transformation. And, yeah, he's just going to restore his life. Like, it's just so hard to engage him. You need, I don't know, Disarming Hex, 15 curses. What can you even do to beat this Victor at this point?
I really don't know. It is just going to have to be everyone cursing them as much as possible, or just trying to ignore him and just going for everything else, trying to just walk around, you know, classic play against Victor, just ignore him. Surely he won't do too much damage to you now, apart from his gun just shreds you. I mean, yeah, I think, you know, the other team, they're hoping to get a little bit more of their stacking up and online. We have 36 stacks on Lady Geist. We're going to have McGinnis, who's got 30 stacks on the Guided Owl to try and get a bit more spirit damage. So if they can get a few more kills with those abilities, maybe they can come back into this game, but it's going to be a lot of turning point as this boss pit has been the focus now for the side of the Archmother.
Yeah, I mean, like, how are you going to even contest this mid-boss? Your ults aren't active. You only have 2 of your 6 ults as Team Amber, and I think that's just a very hard engagement to make. Rem comes in, starts putting that Dynamo to sleep, and I mean, like, yeah, Rem is just destabilizing the entire Amber formation, if you will. But there's 2 picks happening right now. It seems like the only person left is this Victor, who does have Shadow Form. He does have so much unstop, but is that going to matter? 2? I can't even tell. 2 for Team Amber. Incredible mid-boss contest right here.
What a turning point. Absolutely what they needed here. And Victor does go down once again. They do have Refresher, should they want to use it. And I think they are going to maybe try and get a little bit more value out before they go down. But no, they're going to keep it on. It's a long, long cooldown, and they know that they're not winning this team fight. Still, all the rejuvenated charges have gone down, and the chase is on to maybe get a couple more kills here as the yellow team really do try and pressure this Venator.
Yeah, I mean, 3 kills here would be such a valuable outcome for a mid that your opponent started. The waves are pretty pushed. They could even go for a walker if they're fast enough. McGinnis is already positioned. She does have a fairly gun-heavy build with weighted shots and toxic bullets and active reload. She's going to probably shred this walker very quickly. If she has to give her life for it, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be so valuable. Gets distracted by a minion. Classic McGinnis stuff, and she backs out without being harmed. Yeah. Very well done. Yes, but indeed, I don't know if you're allowed to be this deep in enemy territory. Yes, this team is designed for team fights, but I don't think you want to be team fighting in a 3v4 situation like this. Abrams ult is forced. It isn't gonna be out. Oh no, big stun comes in. Again, this retreat is too bloody. It can cause problems here, and we already see the first casualty of this event. It is that Billy, and now I think that Dynamo is also toast too.
Yeah, it's the gun damage from this Victor is just so oppressive. We've seen it so much in the meta generally. And here we have it still in this ability draft where every ability is ult. You just can't escape the gun Victor at this point in time.
Gun Victor has just been so phenomenal at ensuring the... Like, it seems to be like the entire power of Team Sapphire is focused on this gut Victor. Even as the soul difference closes, it's a little bit of an overextension there, but there's 2 people dead, 3 people dead, hopefully soon as this Ivy's gonna die. And I mean, like, this base assault is gonna start here. But as I say that, the Geist comes in with a snipe of a lifetime, and that might be enough to turn this battle around.
Yeah, she's also got Unstoppable, just using it well to get that space between her and the Victor. Taking down 1, taking down 2. Out comes the Dynamo ulti. We have the shocking reanimation. Victor still, though, has the Shadow Transformation. They will just live forever, and they get taken out by the Venator's proper ult from the Venator.
Yeah. Like, again, this is like the big problem. It's just... the moment that there's 1 death, 2 death, and an Eternus lobby at 20 minutes, the other team will know to contest it. But a Dynamo ult comes in here, and the Victor is again the focus, but again, he has 1 more life. Just when you think you've killed him enough, he has 1 more. I think he has 3 more by my counts. I could be very wrong.
I think he's... certainly has at least 1 for sure, and so he is playing fast and loose with everything as they go in trying to get onto this McGinnis. They have a 6k lead in souls, and they are going to try and use that as much as they can. But here comes the Geist, a little bit scary still. Ivy zoning out so much with that Storm Cloud, making space for their team to pressure that Victor instead.
Instead it gets a massive parry there. Poor Ivy. But I mean, locking a Viscous inside a Kelvin Dome, I don't think that's a good idea. Big combo comes in from that Rem. And I mean, like, again, it's just you don't want to be caught outside of position. You don't want to do these fights outside of base because that's how you die. The big focus right now should be 1 and only 1. Shut down this Victor. And I think Team Ember is failing at it.
Yeah, but that will be the last reanimation they have for quite some time, for 60 seconds at least. Still, they are full on health, and they are full on mowing down this McGinnis as they run back to base to get healed up.
Yeah. Like, again, it's just like so difficult to engage this Victor. And you kind of have to, because if you don't engage him for 44 more seconds, he's going to get his revives back again. And you don't want to be in that situation. McGinnis uses her ult. Well, McGinnis ult, definitely one of the biggest damage dealers to the entire game of Deadlock. But not going to be enough if you don't have any of your team helping you with stuns, with anything to make it worthwhile.
I mean, of course, one of the things of this mode was that the ability cooldowns are very long, which is why gun heroes was sort of a good way of getting damage between those cooldowns. Still, Ivy here trying to get around, trying to just escape this Kelvin and Venator combo. Still, they managed to slip away, and out comes the damage from that lady, guys. But we have a flying Hyper Beam McGinnis here trying to just zone away.
Shooting from her feet. Shooting from her feet.
Owls coming out of the feet as well. Everything comes out of McGinnis's feet now.
God, we're just appealing to foot fetishes now. This is what the channel has denigrated itself to, huh? Anyhow, this big battle comes here, and of course that Venator is just almost died. Yep, nope, dead. And like again, this is what seems to be happening to me. Everyone in Team Sapphire is just dying to the hordes of Team Amber. The average hero of Team Amber is just so much better than the average hero of Team Sapphire. But that Victor is just above all 35k, incredibly powerful, incredibly deadly.
Okay, here we see shocking reanimation has been used. Full on retreat. The Amber side has a little bit of time now to push away, and they are pushing hard. They are looking to try and get as much of a shutdown, but out comes the life swap. Victor still up and alive, still pushing hard, but another swap comes out, and we are going to have a little bit of a retreat here. There has been a moment of weakness in the side for the Archmother, and I think it's a moment of respite for the Hidden King. We are starting to see a lot of refreshers start to be bought. That's what everyone's been buying. It's a premier item in this mode. And we have only 2 for the side of the Hidden King, which is why potentially they're starting to fall behind in some of these team fights as Rem looks to put lots of CC onto this Dynamo. But equally, are they going to be able to turn around something? Nope, still more things happening, but finally that Rem goes down.
Yes, I mean, Rem is being played by Custom, who is normally a Mo and Krill player. And I mean, everybody knows that Mo and Krill can just, like, shoot random combos, and if the situation's bad, get out. But Rem is a lot more fragile than Maurice. Anyhow, Earn is being done here, and there's a 2v1 happening inside the dome, but parries abound here. And I mean, Eternus is ready. Big ball has been launched. Oh god, there's so many ults I can't even follow them, transparent.
Yeah, so well done by the Paradox here, trying to get some interrupts as we have a tiny low Nassan coming out. Billy gets 2 kills with that, and the blue team are falling a little bit behind now as we have another great ulti here coming out of Dynamo, just a classic Dynamo black hole with a laser beam from McGinnis, as we know, and they are looking to try and catch onto this Victor, but they don't quite manage to get in there. Oh, Return to Shadow is being used. The cooldowns will be reset, and they may be able to get on there, but still with Unstoppable, this Victor could well get away.
Yeah. But like, again, there's just so much stun. Now is the time to strike. You have a 3-player advantage right here in this big fight. You want to strike, but no, the Rem comes in with his own unstop that comes from his Baroness. Max Baroness does give you an unstop, and that's going to be so freaking valuable with the amount of stuns available.
It's almost like this is just Krill. This is Krill POV now. It's not Rem, this is Krill.
Oh, God. When is the GlutenSnake channel going to have a Krill and Mo game instead of a Mo and Krill game?
That's what we all want to know.
Doesn't he say something like, I used to do the digging and he did the talking and didn't work out? Like, he has like a line like that.
It looks like this team is setting up for another mid-boss call. Now, they didn't come out successful last time. It did go over 2-1 to the side of the Hidden King. However, the Hidden King are not set up at all. The damage is coming out still. The gun damage not particularly great, potentially, in this moment in time, as we have still Shocking Reanimation available for Victor, but they are going to be taking it down still. Can the Hidden King get in position, Gluten?
Yeah, I think they can. I mean, Team Amber has proven to have the much better teamfight ults. Those Kelvin Domes so freaking valuable on Team Sapphire, of course. But like, again, the Billy, the Chain Gangs, the Dynamo ults are just too freaking good. I don't know. We're gonna have to see here. So many stunts coming on both sides with 2 rejuves captured by Team Sapphire and 1 by Team Amber. I don't think that that's gonna be enough of an advantage for Team Amber to keep pushing forward here. They're trying to back out. Ivy has died. Billy has died. I do hear a Rem ult coming downstairs, and I mean, like, I don't know what to say in this scenario.
Yeah, they really needed to get a little bit more out of that to be able to stabilize this game. Of course, their patron has already been knocked down. They have now lost 3 of their players. There's 1 rejuvenator left, and this team for the Archmother will be running forward as we have a last-ditch attempt from this Venator to try and lock down this McGinnis, who is being very, very sneaky and really trying to get away as we see ultis come out, but no, she still goes down.
With only 2 players left, I don't know what Team Amber can do. The amount of black holes clearly was not enough to beat the might of this Victor, who with 1 refresher and 1 cheat death embedded inside his kit has managed to block an entire Amber team. Unstop comes in, and yeah, I mean, like, what are you gonna do here?
There's nothing you can do. There's still refresher. Out comes the black hole, but this Victor is still up and healthy. Another rallying charge. Victor has refresher. They have the shadow transformation. They are cursed. They are just standing still because they are more than happy to just be in the safety of this frozen shelter before they can try and end the game.
I mean, like, this Victor also has double resist. Like, he can take like 50,000 damage before he falls down, and there just isn't enough damage output. There's stuns and whatever, but there's no damage output. Paradox comes in with a very nice slash ult, but it's not gonna matter in this scenario. Billy has already been killed. I do hear so many guy swaps happening back and forth. I'm beginning to feel like Sisyphus here, and I mean, like, again, it's just proving to be an insurmountable task. But as I say that, Venator is dead, and so is Sinclair.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the invulnerability of the patron really does help. And, you know, Dynamo with a reset here, using that Calico ulti to make sure they can get another black hole off. Still, there is another Shocking Reanimation available, but this was the last one. No, they still have refresher. Sorry, they've still got another load in the bank. As we see Unstoppable Boo being popped. Victor just still staying underneath that invulnerable patron as they themselves seem invulnerable. They are battling 1 versus 4. Where are the rest of their team? I do not even know. They are all dead. It is just this Victor.
It is insane. It is insane. This Victor just keeps saying, I activate Pot of Greed. It allows me to draw 2 additional revives. And he keeps doing it over and over again. He's going to press his Shadow Transformation here. He's going to get another revive. He's just like 1v6ing. I mean, of course, Team Amber knows to be very careful under these circumstances and not die. As I say that, there's 2 deaths, right? Oh my god, is Team Amber throwing in this 1v6 scenario?
in the battle between health bars and regeneration, it seems like the regeneration worked out a little bit more. Billy here, though, does get a nice little ulti. There still is one more shocking reanimation as Victor gets it through. I think this is the last one now. This has to be the last one, but they're still looking to try and get a couple more kills, maybe with that damage they have as they've pulled them out of the Patron pit. A good bowler here, though, means that I think the Amber team might be able to wrestle away the win. Oh, not the win, but the defense.
Yeah, the win is... It needs a little bit more work to come here.
I'd count it as a win, Gluten. I'd count it as a win if they take down this Victor.
But they won't. They shan't. It is Lady Guys fighting against the whole world here. And this Victor has managed to 1v6. This is what Victor the Maid's dream Victor could do. And only the GlutenSnake channel can he actually do it. Not on ladder. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like that ability draft, you will love this much more normal, sane ability draft that we did a couple of months ago. Anyhow, thank you so much to our Patreons, and have a good day, folks.